They are, as president of the League of Cities, you called for a meeting tomorrow with the national government with regards to, ito po pinag-uusapan natin, the LGUs negotiating to procure vaccines, direct negotiations. We don't know exactly how to phrase it, kung if you're procuring directly or just negotiating and then letting the national government. In any case po, why did you call for this meeting with the national government? What is there to clarify?
Okay, thank you. As early as December, we organized ourselves to form what we call a vaccination availment committee. So maybe that answers your question early. Just a while ago, asking how do you call this process. We call it availment to be generic about it because we're not sure whether we will be the one procuring it. So then it's availed or whatever. So what is shaping up as of this moment is we have this idea of what may happen tomorrow with the presence of Secretary Charlie Galvez, and even later in the special general assembly we will have for all the city mayors. We will also have the FDA Director General Yusek Domingo. We hope to see it a more a clearer clearer a clearer say plan on what should it really be. Although at the moment it is our assumption that we the local government units cannot go direct to the pharmaceutical firms as is happening in other countries because they would naturally be dealing only with the national government. So in effect, it should be the national government that should be procuring all this, and we're only supposed to get them out. But that one issue here would mean that we will have uniform prices for all of us because whatever
Okay.
the national government will procure for a particular vaccine, that is what goes down the line will have to be the price that we will be sharing. And this is for us the reason why we had to call for this meeting and we had to organize the Vaccination Availment Council is because we believe this is all about teamwork. We have to share the task of vaccinating people with the national government, and we hope that it will work both ways in a sense, in as much as cities are not created equal, and therefore there may be some cities who might need more help from the national government, and that is why initially what we've been doing was to ask for the voluntary offer of these different cities to how much would they be able to allocate to help out in the vaccination of all our people all over the Philippines. Yes.
Mayor, sabi kanina ni presidential spokesman it will depend daw on not only the finances of the LGU but yung capability for storage. So kung yun daw walang cold chain capability, baka sa inyo mapunta yung mga, I think the bulk of the Chinese-made vaccine which will be rolled out next month. That's 25 million doses. Hindi naman pwedeng matenga lang yan dito sa Maynila. Talaga i-distribute siya all over. So anong masasabi niyo doon? Hindi naman daw pwedeng mamili kung nandyan na Paano yun? Anong reaction niyo doon?
I believe that it will still be on a case-to-case basis. It will depend on the circumstance. Like if supposing there's a vaccine that may need this kind of refrigeration, which those in the provinces may not have, then there's no sense sharing that with us. So, the national government will play that big role of coordinating and doing the traffic for all of these vaccines. And at the same time, they have to coordinate with us if we should say yes or no to according to the circumstances that we have.
What are your suggestions, Mayor, as far as making sure that the distribution will be fair, that the preferences of all LGUs, regardless of capacity to pay, will be taken into fair consideration and equal consideration? In short, paano nyo matitiyak na walang madedehado na LGU dahil lang sa wala silang kakayahan?
Of course, that is very, very ideal that everybody should get a fair share. But let me point out for one that the League of Cities is, when you talk about mayors, there are two leagues, the ones for the cities and the ones for the other one for the municipalities. So we are talking here only of the cities. And that is precisely the reason why, as a league, we have decided to band ourselves together so that we will have a bigger voice, so that it will be easier for us to negotiate when we are one, and we feel that it it will be a process of negotiation, but if we are the league, if we negotiate as a league, as against negotiating individually as cities, I believe that we can, we can be able to get the kind of arrangements that we feel are much are best suited to each individual, circumstances of each city as much as possible.
Hindi ba kayo nagkukumahog, mag-uunahan kayo para kayong unang maka-guarantee ng supply from, say, AstraZeneca, which is, it appears now, a most preferred brand, no? By all the LGUs so far that we have interviewed. So, wala namang ganon kayong nararanasan in the process of negotiating na parang ang dami niyong kalaban, ganon.
To a certain extent, I must admit that there is somehow some kind of, saying pauna-una, or something like that. But in the end, I think it will rest on the national government having to do the trafficking, to do the or coordinating and to do the rationing of these vaccines, because as it is now, while we are preparing to identify and to submit to the national government and to those agencies that may be involved here, our preference and the volume that we are committed to buy, in the end, I believe that the national government will still have the last say. And besides, the way we see it, as I mentioned earlier, that the cities are not created equal. We are expecting that to those cities who may need more help from the national government are the ones that the national government should offer more help.